If you are brave enough to engage friends and colleagues and relatives and those of your ilk into discussing what is happening in the world, if you are brave enough, I'm telling you right now, my friends, you are going to be subject to so much subjects and so much levels of exasperation you can't believe. Welcome, dear friends. Welcome. Let me know that I am coming into your ears, into your soul, into your heart. Let me begin by making sure you understand, thank you, Papa Kilo, that we are on the same page. I am not in the business of having a pep rally for Trump. I am not here to say, yay, when I don't feel it. When I'm feeling good about something positive, I will let you know. But I am not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to give you this notion of lunacy by virtue of me saying everything's great. Everything's terrific. Everything's wonderful. If it's not. Do you hear what I'm saying? If it's not. So get ready, my friends. We have a lot to talk about. Trump in Pennsylvania, Trump here, Trump there. Everywhere we go, ladies and gentlemen, I say to you, please get ready for what we're about to do. But before we do this, let me remind you, dear and great and noble friend, remember this, that what you're about to hear, nobody is doing because nobody is going to tell you the truth, because the truth hurts people's feelings. But first, this incredible word from our incredible sponsor. Digestive issues are caused by a potential toxin that's in all of the, quote, healthy foods that scientists have been telling us to eat, with a fraudulent food pyramid for the longest time. And this potential toxin causes digestive issues, according to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a world-renowned cardiologist. This is affecting millions of people nationwide. And the warning signs include weight gain and fatigue and digestive discomfort and stiff joints, even skin problems. Well, Dr. Gundry explains these side effects are often mistaken for normal signs of aging because digestive issues develop usually over a matter of years and sometimes even decades. And I can assure you that the damage is probably caused by these, quote, health foods and is far from normal. The good news, you can easily help fix the problem from your own home. And it's very simple. You just have to know which foods are actually healthy and which contain this hidden potential toxin. You can go and find out about this yourself at gutcleanseprotocol.com/Lionel. That's gutcleanseprotocol.com/Lionel. And you can click in the descriptive link below in this video. Because after years of research, Dr. Gundry has decided to release an informative video to the public, free and uninterrupted, showcasing exactly which foods you need to avoid. So go find that video right now at gutcleanseprotocol.com/Lionel and click the link in the description below. Now, my friends, let me begin by suggesting to you the following, and this is critical. I cannot, in any good justification, ever tell you something that I do not believe in. I cannot do this. I cannot tell you about something. I cannot put into effect a particular way of thinking that I don't believe in if it's not true. If I don't believe it true. If I don't believe it to be accurate. What I'm trying to tell you, dear friends, is a very, very simple thing. A very, very simple thing and a very, very simple concept. And it's exceedingly simple, exceedingly easy, and exceedingly straightforward. I want you to understand the truth. And I want you to be in the position of understanding the truth to the extent, and this is important, to the extent that that we will have all the time later to discuss how wonderful and how great Trump is. We will have all the time in the world that we want to discuss how great and wonderful Trump is later. It's that simple. We will have all the time in the world. We will have all the time in the world. But unless he wins, we're wasting our time. And I don't know who's running the show here. I say this because I'm not trying to be negative, because people hate that. I've got friends of mine, oh no, we're going to win. And they want to do pep rally stuff. Let me show you something. I had a subject of debate with a friend of mine over this one, but let me see if I can explain this one to you and see if you can see your response to this. What do you think of this one? Okay. Did you see that? This is the president at a grocery store in Pennsylvania. And I don't know what he's doing. I think this was taken by one of his team, Margot Martin or somebody. And he decided, very importantly, he decided to give $1 or no, $100. What am I saying? $1. He was going to give $100 to somebody who was at the store. Okay. He was at this grocery store. And you can ask yourself, okay, was this effective? Now watch this and see how much this, remember, you're not who you are, but you're watching this for the first time and you're trying to guess. Are you understanding this? Are you getting the feel for this as a non-Trump supporter, or somebody who is, for lack of a better word, maybe watching Trump for the first time? Tell me if this wins you over.
Take the rest of it. Here, it's going to go down a little bit. It just went down $100.
Thank you so much.
We'll do that for you from the White House, all right?
Thank you.
All right, bye. Nice seeing you, everybody.
God bless you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. They're your kids?
Yeah, they are. 3 boys.
Perfecto. Perfecto. 3 for 3. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. What do you think about that? Let's say you're doing a focus group, and tell me. What do you think? What's your take? Is that terrific? Did that win you over? Was that heartfelt? What did it do? So when I tell people this, it's like, okay, how do you think somebody who's going to say, I think I'm going to vote for that guy. That's the only thing I care about. I think I'm going to vote. I think I'm going to vote for him. I think I'm going to vote for him. He's my kind of guy. Yeah, I think I'm going to vote for him. Anybody? Anybody? What do you think? Old school, thank you. He's genuine. Do you think that's genuine? Do you think that's genuine? Do you think, here you go, here's $100. He's a billionaire. Here you go, here's $100. That'll help you. Later on, Steve Doocy from Fox News, who is just a moron, I think he was talking to somebody. I think it was somebody. They asked somebody, who was it, Doocy? They said, was that woman? They said, they told me to be here or something. Or, oh, yeah. They actually asked these people later on Fox, how much did you know about this? And she said something to the effect of, well, they kind of told me to be here, or they told me to. Why are you doing this? What does this do? Lionel rule number 1, no more grocery store stuff. Vance did it, and it was clumsy. The worst ever was Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz did it, and it was the worst ever. It was the worst anybody has ever seen, ever. You hear what I'm saying? The worst ever. I can't. He says, hey, you know, when I'm out to buy, my wife sends me out to get crudité. Crudité? What do you remember this one? I thought he lost. He just lost. It was somebody who said, well, here's what we're going to do. You're going to do that grocery store thing, and we're going to expect you, this world famous, Oprah heart surgeon with 6 houses and all that. You're going to go to some Piggly Wiggly, and you're going to somehow convince people in that you know what's going on as to this. We want them to think that you are aware of this, that you are a simple man, a man of the people, and you are going to try to pull this off. And they never thought about it. They never cared about it. They just said, "Oh, that was great." And some yes man, somebody said, "Okay, that was great. That was great. That was just wonderful. That was just terrific." Really? You think that was terrific? Yeah, that was great. Think that was great? Oh, yeah. Why was that great? Why do you think that was great? Why? Well, did you ask anybody? No. Do you have any eye or ear for this? No. Do you have any idea? No. They just do this. They just do these things. It's like the rally. What are we doing rallies for? The rally has run its course. The rally is a thing of the past. It's especially with Trump. My God, Trump's done it so many times. There's so many rallies. It doesn't even matter anymore. What are we doing? Now, this is great. Could you stop and talk to somebody? Could you ask somebody something? Could you? I mean, there's, kissing babies and rubber chickens and all that. Yeah. This is a waste of time. This is old school. How many people saw this? It's over. Do you know how much money that costs? Security, time. We're going to show up. We're going to go to Wawa. We're going to go to whatever it is. Look at this. Trump kept it simple. No points. What's the point of it, though? What are we doing? What are we getting from this? This is hackneyed. Thank you, Raul. What are we doing? This would be the Trump thing for me. I would have a camera. He would be in the studio. I would be doing something different. I wouldn't be there. Hey, look. Hey, hi, everybody. How you doing? Great. Vote for me. Okay. Out the door. You get that, Margot? Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm voting for him. What is this? Talk about this. Talk to people. There is a fellow who he happens to be a billionaire, but he's in New York. His name is John Katzimatidis. He owns a slew of concerns and Red Apple. I mean, he owns stores and WABC. But the point is, he knows he got his start and he knows about grocery stores. He says, our margin, our profit margin? He says, it's next to nothing. It's next to nothing. What are you talking about price controls? Let me explain something to you. Nobody has ever explained to you how grocery prices work, have they? No. Has anybody explained inflation? No. You may know it. I may know it. But the average person doesn't. They work in cliches. Now, the good news is I do not believe anything that anybody is saying about Kamala winning people over and going up in the polls. I don't believe a word of it. I don't. I mean, people are going to vote for her, but she doesn't exist. She's like Joe Biden. So they're going to be putting out the words that she's doing much better. They had the other day, they said in California, they're high. How many people in California? How many illegals? 100,000? 96,000 illegals or new people are voting in California. Great. It's a blue state. What do we care? Good. Put all your money there. Ask yourself, why are they in Springfield, Ohio? That's interesting. Remember, nobody's ever won the presidency who didn't win Ohio, whatever it was. I live in a world of children who have this idea that, yay, we're wonderful. I say, no. This is a battle. They have it's like their whole life. There's like 41 days until the election, 41 days. They don't understand anything. Do you hear what I'm saying? They don't understand what I'm saying. They don't understand what I'm saying. And they live in a world where we're just great. And I'm thinking to myself, you're missing the point. Somebody's going to figure out social media and go and target people, because I told you with my rat poison analogy, you take this with you. This is your computer. This is your home. This is your cable. This is your newspaper. It's your everything. Watch any of the arrest videos. And the first thing that anybody says is, where's my phone? Where's my phone? You've got this right there. TikTok can pick it up. Anybody can pick it up. YouTube can pick it up. It's there. Twitter. He should be on the phone. Everything should be produced in something. You should have kids or whatever in a room putting this together. Not say, well, that'll do it. Hey, wasn't that great? Yeah, wasn't that terrific? Hey, here's $100. Hey, he's meeting an old lady. That's nice. What does this mean? What is this? So these are the people I deal with. They're living in the past of, what is this, Mayberry? You've got the greatest penetration device ever of social media, and you could be explaining it. I don't understand it. So somebody's got to get, maybe you know him, can get to the president and say, I don't know who your campaign people are, but fire them. Fire them. I don't know what they're doing. They're not winning over undecideds. Watch this. I know what you're going to say about this. Tell me what you think about this.
Harris is reportedly given a speech in Pittsburgh. You know, her speeches are very short. About her plan to, quote, build wealth. She doesn't know anything about building wealth.
Is this winning you over? You're an undecided independent, maybe a Democrat vote. Is this winning you over?
But she's been in office for 3.5 years. She's saying what she's going to do if she becomes president.
Technically speaking, in her defense, I'm the vice president. I'm in office, but not really. But that's okay.
But she's been there almost 4 years. She hasn't done anything except destroy our country with millions of people that shouldn't be here.
Same old trope, same old idea. Tell me something I don't know. Tell me, and I can't tell. I have to look at the lectern to see whether this is Pennsylvania versus Nevada versus, I don't know anymore. They look the same to me. I'm habituating to it. This is what my friends don't understand. Let me be able to recognize maybe a new angle, a new something. So, and give me a story, something I can connect with. Yeah, I know you don't like her. She calls him a fascist and a dictator. Okay, fine. Now he calls her a name or whatever. This doesn't make any sense.
And inflation. What the damage that Sleepy Joe, you know, I'm tending to call him Sleepy Joe lately because
we're doing this again now. This is old. This is hackneyed. Okay, we've been through this. Yeah. I can't even watch this anymore. There's something is like, this doesn't. And I've got a friend of mine who says, you don't understand. That worked before. That worked 8 years ago. This was 2016. What are you talking about? This is the thing. Now it's got to be crunch time. Now it's getting really serious. I still think he's doing well. The ballots, I've spoken about that to the point where I know you're getting tired of it, and I am too. So that's just over there. That's just over there. You know what I mean? There's certain aspects, there's certain things that we know, but that's over there. What is it that takes somebody to vote who wouldn't vote before? What is it that takes somebody to say, you know what, I like this guy who would not be thinking this before? What does it take? What does it take for someone, and this is important, what does it take for someone to believe in something, to say, I'm going to vote for this guy? In fact, not only that, I'm going to vote for him for the first time, and I'm not even going to tell anybody because he said, you know, I like him. They're putting on the same stuff they've been putting on every single day since the beginning of this stuff. Make fun of this, Kamala this, Sleepy Joe this. People. Now, if you think that's great, I don't think you do because you're smarter than that. If you had a product, if you had a car, if you had anything you were trying to sell on TV, you wouldn't let this advertising company do this. You would say, you're saying the same thing over and over again. What's the point? You ready for this? I'm going to show you what gets somebody's attention. We have this device. We have this internet. We have Things that move the world. How do you think? Remember when Tide Pods, when kids were eating Tide Pods? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? We had this epidemic of kids consuming Tide Pods. Where do you think that came from? Watching Fox News? No. Internet. If you want to see what's going on, internet. I don't know what to I don't know how to explain this anymore. I'm going to show you something. You may laugh at this. This is to me one of the most incredible things in the world because this gets people's attention. All I'm going to do is get people's attention. It's a crying baby. You jiggle the keys. Watch this. This is a bunch of Hindus praying and trying to bless President Trump to protect him from assassinations. Now, with all this Indian talk and who's an Indian, who's black, look at this. And this isn't in Pittsburgh, by the way. This is in India. Look at that. They got a little red dot there. Now, that red dot may have a whole other connotation in this. But the point is, this means more to me. Why? Why does it matter? Because somebody's saying, what? What's that? That's all I'm going to do. What's that? I guarantee people going, click, Sleepy Joe, yeah, Trump rally. Yeah. What's this? What's this? This is interesting. What is this? What are they doing? Did you see this? Hey, it's going viral. Look at this. And then you have this thing, viral, Trump, Indian prayer. Trump, ding, Trump, ding, Trump. Good guy, interesting, hip, cool, whatever it is. As opposed to Sleepy Joe, here's $100. What's that going to do? I'm not going to make you sit this whole thing. After a while, you kind of get the point. This is one of those things that just blows my mind. This is one of those things that blows my mind. Now, there's another story too, which is interesting. And if you don't know this, I don't know what to tell you. Again, I would be making a connection between Trump and Diddy and Kamala and Oprah like you can't believe. Lizzie Solak says, I don't know about everyone else, but I can't afford to not vote for Trump. Oh, of course not. Absolutely. This goes without saying. That's indisputable. That's absolute, Liz. Absolutely. There's no question about this. I'll vote right now. Absolutely. How do you switch things? How do we move the motion? What's the motion? What's the method? We are struck in 1980s elections. I don't understand it. This is a guy. Oh, Barry Taylor says they've made him important. Who's made him important? Thank you, Ben. Who's made him important? I don't know. I'm trying to, I don't want to just sort of go, oh, yeah. No, I really don't want to. I don't know who. These Indian people or I don't know who they are. Okay. It's like when you talk to somebody, you ever have a conversation and there's like 4 people and you say, well, then he said, and then he said, who he said, and then she said, who? There's 4 he's here. Who are we talking about? It's like the Irish say, your man told your man and your one and your man. Wait, what? Who are we talking about? I don't know what's going on here. This is the guy right now. Remember, I'm from a different planet. Nobody wants to hear me. They just want to hear this. Yay! You don't need me. This is one that I would play every single day. Dig this. And who is it who doesn't like Trump?
Hitting us, and because we weren't organized
Wait a minute. Look who that is. Is that Diddy?
for this election, we have no choice now to get Trump out of there. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that? Wait a minute. And this is Charlemagne the God or whatever. Ooh. Hey, Black America. Remember you? Did you see one of the best things this morning? It was on my YouTube, whatever. The fellow, what is his name? The young African-American fellow on Fox? Lawrence was talking to a ex-gang member in Chicago. And the ex-gang member, what is this? Cons for Trump. It's brilliant. And the cons for Trump were warning the people of Chicago that these folks were coming, these hordes of TDA, Tren de Aragua, they were coming to this country. And it was wow. And they were saying, why are they getting this particular attention and we're not? That's it. Why are you turning your back? Trump is going to, it's great. You go to a grocery store. That's nice. I would be having I would be having constantly, he's talking to people, kids and blacks and whites, asking, do you know who TDA is? Yes. What are you saying? Officer, talk about this. What have you noticed? Let's talk about Aurora. Let's talk about Chicago. Let's talk about, let Trump sit down and programs prior gangbangers and the like, who are now in favor of Trump. This is the most incredible thing in the world. Who are saying, look what they're doing to Chicago, Illinois. This is your black mayor. This is your black city council. This is Brandon, whatever his name is. They're destroying this great city, a title in town. Chicago, the second city, the windy city. Look at it. It's incredible. Start that trope. And ladies and gentlemen, Black America, they want you to stay home and sit down and shut up and take it. Take it. You're being sold out. Not by Whitey, but by these people, your brothers and sisters. Because they don't care about you. They've given up on you. And then, lest you miss the connection, this.
It's a shame and it's our responsibility that we did not get anything out of putting Biden in the place he's in after the primaries.
He gave us.
I don't even know what this man means. First of all, this gibberish nonsense, aside from this man is going to spend the rest of his life, most probably, behind bars. He is a trafficker. He is a depraved degenerate of the first order. And he is against Trump. Hello.
Senator Harris is the VP. I mean, those are some of the things we were asking for. Black agenda could be way stronger.
Black agenda. Again, this is nonsense. This is black agenda. You hear this, Black America? You know what they want? You know what the black agenda is? Some black guy in office who's going to sell you out. You satisfied with that? I'm not. Say the truth.
Way stronger.
Hey, when you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love the pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office.
Why? Look what he's done for you. You see this? He was bought off and sold off. This is a guy. And by the by, let me just remind you of something. Remember that when it came to slavery, how do you think slavery occurred? Because slaves were sold into servitude by countries that sold their own folks who were not black, but who were of their own nationality, so to speak. And look at it again. The shadow government, they buy off these people. Al Sharpton, others, they buy them off. And this guy for the longest time. And by the way, who were the people that he enslaved in his sex dungeons? Who were the people? White people? Many of them young, impressionable black girls and boys. He did it. Perpetuating the notion of the slave master in current time.
And then we got to hold them accountable.
All right.
Hold him accountable. This man who is now, look what this is this it? Remind people. I want people every single day. I can't watch it. I will play this for you. I will play this. This I will play for you. The end of this. Because you got that idiot Don Lemon who is a moron of the first order. Watch this. Hang on. Here's old Don. Listen to
Accountable.
this.
All right. So listen, a lot of black people feel that they use their power to support Democrats. Nothing ever happens.
That's true.
We're just talking about that. So listen, I love the conversation that you were having with Diddy.
The conversation.
And I love what Diddy is doing right now.
You do? Would you put that in writing, please? This didn't age well.
Me too.
Politically, but go on.
Yeah, I think what Diddy is doing is dope, and it's very important.
What Diddy's doing is dope. That's great. Thank you. Oh, he's dope. Yeah, he doped people up, doped them when he accosted them, doped young boys and girls and women when he ravaged them, doped them to the point, I know I'm using it in a different context, where they had to have IV drug, IV fluids, dope, yeah, threatening them. Yeah, he's dope, all right. Is this, ladies and gentlemen of Black America, is this what you look up to? This?
Important to acknowledge that Diddy is coming on board to lend his money, his resources, and his influence. And to me, that's the kind of unity and group operation we need if we are going to have celebrities involved in politics. Diddy.
This is gibberish. This is nonsensical glossolalia, logoria, nothing. These are rich children who decided, I'm going to get involved in this all of a sudden. I would own this. I would sit there and say, Black America, are you tired of being taken for granted? Are you tired of this? You should be. Don't look at me. Don't look at the fascist. Don't look at the dictator. Look at your slave masters, because these are the people. They're bought off by white America, and they want so much to be a part. Did you see when Diddy had his white party, interesting, in the Hamptons? So he could rub elbows with these are sellouts. And I would be sitting right next to, if I were Trump, with cons for Trump. Tell me about your story, sir. Tell me about your life. Tell me about how you turned your life on. What did Diddy ever do to help you? What did Charlamagne? Who are these people? What did they do to you to help you, to pull you up? They want you down, because the only way that you can be controlled and subjugated is if you were controlled by the people. And the only ones, just like with the mob, remember, when the mob wants to carry out a hit, they send somebody who's your best friend. That's exactly the story. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is the message. This is the message, the targeted message. Oh my God, we've got to do something. What? Kamala, he's talking to Black people. What? Yes, you got to say something. I can't say anything. I have nothing to do with Black people. That's the point. That's the point. Blacks, Latinos, gays. They forget. Gays. Oh my God. You talk about, again, if you've been watching me, I have been talking about completely changing everything. Now, this next guy, I'm not too crazy about him, but he brings up a very good point, because remember, stop talking about the economy unless you're going to explain the economy to people.
Better for the economy?
I don't know yet, because I don't have any details.
Stop right there. You're a schmuck. You don't know yet? Stop it. You're Mr. Billionaire, millionaire. You don't know who's better? Okay, well, let that go. Maybe you weren't paying attention to the story. Maybe you did. Maybe that tripped you up. Who's better for the economy? Okay, fine. Maybe you don't know because you're a moron, but continue.
Who is it? Who's better for the economy?
I don't know yet, because I don't have any details from Harris. She has been all sugar, no protein. That's it. And it's become a really big sticking point with investors. We've got to remember, we have the largest economy on earth. Over 85% of our jobs are created by the private sector. Business investors like me and leaders have to deal with who's ever in the White House in January. So whoever ends up on the 6th of November as the new mandate, we'll have to deal with them. So we need data. We need policy. And I'm getting a little critical now because...
And by the way, with all due respect, he's on Fox News, so great. I'm sure that the people I want to target are watching him on Fox News.
I don't have any. So I need answers around taxation. For example, if you tell me that taxes are going to be 28% plus state taxes on corporations' headquarters, I'll have to worry that they move to Ireland again, because we did that to them once, and that didn't work out for us very well. I really need to understand the idea of price controls.
This is important, and this is what could have been said or referred to when he's at a grocery store.
That didn't work in the 70s. It doesn't work anywhere else on earth. And this whole idea of taxing unrealized gains.
Now, this is going to be tough, but go ahead.
I mean, you got to remember the number one export of America is the American dream. This is a 200-year-old economy that's based on supporting entrepreneurship. That destroys capital formation. Those ideas are beyond non-starters. They're
He's not explaining it, but that's okay.
crazy. And so you have to get more details on that. And I'd like her to sit down with a non-celebrity interviewer, a real reporter that asks her questions and follow-on questions. This kumbaya stuff with, pictures of kids and everything, it's great, and I get it, and I'm not criticizing her for it because it's working for her in the polls. But now we need details, and we don't have any.
By the way, it's not working to you in the polls, it's working to you in the popularity contest. There's a difference between a poll, a likely voter, and a popularity contest. Remember that. Can't say it enough. There's a difference between a popularity in the poll and a popularity contest. Understand that? Polls are one thing. Likely to vote. Are you going to vote? Hey, 18-year-old white kids at the Short Hills Mall. Are you able to vote? Yes. Who do you like? Oh, I like Kamala. Are you going to vote? No, we're not going to vote, but you didn't ask me that. You said, do I like? Do I prefer? That's what you did. And let me tell you something right now. One of the greatest, I can't say enough about this. This is so big, so huge, so incredibly enormous. Did you see Elon with Meloni?
Meloni is someone that I admire, that has done an incredible...
See that back there, Atlantic Council? That is the PR agency for NATO. But that's okay. You don't care.
...job as the Prime Minister of Italy. Italy is experiencing record economic growth, record low unemployment. It's great. And she's also someone who is authentic, honest, truthful, and that can't always be said about politicians.
If you want to see a picture of her absolutely goo-goo eyes over somebody, look at Meloni with him. If you get a chance, watch this one. Now, let me tell you this much. You ready for this? Okay, let me explain something to you. And I'm going to tell you something which is something which, for some reason, I don't know why, but maybe you could figure out a way to explain this. I don't know. Everybody is saying right now that Israel is on a war on 5 fronts. Hezbollah, Iraqi and Syrian militias, Hamas, Houthis, and Iran. And I have completely and totally given up. And this scares me more than anything else. But I've got a lot of friends, and I know you too, people who are pretty much, you would think would know what's going on. When I try to explain to them what is happening in the Middle East, I think they're talking about another planet I've never been to or will not travel to anytime soon. This is the scariest thing right now, and I'm trying my best to, I'm not going to do it here. On my private channel, I do it. I do this as well. There's a number of things that don't play well to the general population, at least here. Middle East, Ukraine, AI, still bigger than anything you've ever seen. A little bit of freedom of speech, maybe you get this sort of, but UFOs, I've given up on that one. But Middle East, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. The story is as follows. You watch any of the TV. Israel is under attack from all these people. And Israel will stop everything, live in peace, if Hamas and others stop shelling or stop sending missiles or stop arming hospitals and whatever it is. That's it. That Hamas will stop this, release the hostages, and that's it. We're done. See you back. We'll help rebuild your Gaza again, and everything will be great. or that it's their fault or whatever. That's it. You will never, ever, ever hear anything other than that. I heard Don Lemon try his best and refer to apartheid with, I forget what is his name. Sometimes he's I think he was Egyptian comedian he's a Jon Stewart of Egypt or something, and he was a cardiac surgeon. Anyway, Don Lemon saying apartheid with all of this talk about it, Nelson Mandela and this and all this stuff about Mandela. We love Mandela. You think somewhere the word apartheid would have, maybe he would have heard it. He would have heard the word. And anyway, I've given up on it. I have given up on it. It's a subject that if you want to come here, you have to scratch this deep to get to what's going on, to understand the complexity of it. Who Bibi Netanyahu is, why is he doing this, who's right, who's wrong, the history as it goes back. And I'm not apportioning anything. I'm just telling you, this is, and right now we live in Manhattan, and we have UNGA, United Nations General Assembly. It is a nightmare, an absolute and total nightmare to live here. This is the biggest waste of time. And I am telling you that especially, whether it's New York, whether it's anywhere in the world, Americans do not know anything, have no idea even how elections are won. They don't really understand the notion of battleground states. They don't understand. They don't even understand what Diddy is about and how deep that goes. You would think people, but for some reason they go, that's that black thing and the rappers and the... Our ignorance, our nescience, our inability to understand it. We are, in this country, we live on such a surface of veneer. There's no depth. We don't know anything. We don't understand anything. We have it's kind of like feel good, like drive-by topics. Like, that's good. Yeah, that was interesting. What do you think about that? Okay, that's it. That's where we are. It'll be our doom. It will be our doom. I'm telling you. And I don't know if we can ever fix it. We can go back, because we are having inbred monosyllabic fools reproducing and having more. We place no price, no, how do we say this? No price, no appreciation or anything for, on or at or regarding education, complexity. We have the United Nations right now, and it's so funny. We just say, United Nations is this, but we don't really care about it. We don't understand it. We don't grasp it. Ryan says, have you followed this Scott Pressler, who was leading the effort to flip counties in Pennsylvania in voter registration? If Trump wins this state, it'll largely due to him. I hope so. I would think if Trump wins, it will be because of Trump. It'll be because of Trump. And I appreciate that. What is it that you do to flip a county or to flip a county and flip a state? What is it? What do you do? What do you do? How do you win? Let me ask you something. Could Kamala Harris ever say anything to make you vote for her? Could she? Could the Democratic Party ever get you to vote for them? And I say, sure, if they change the way they think. Absolutely. If they changed the way they thought, I'd vote Democrat in a heartbeat. I don't care about the Republicans. I don't give a damn about them. I don't care about them at all. Red, blue, I don't even know what that means. If you give me somebody who says, hey, he's good, who is he? He's a libertarian. Okay, so be it. Who is he? He's a Zoroastrian. Oh, okay. I guarantee you, if I went before Blue Collar America and I put a guy up and I said, and he spoke, he said, I love that guy. Who is he? That's a socialist. What? Yeah. You never asked him any other question, but you hear what he said? I'll never forget sitting in the green room with two people. One was a Wall Street guy and retired, and the other one was a full-fledged socialist Marxist. We're all friends, and they both agree regarding Trump. The Wall Streeter loved Trump as economic policy, and the socialists loved Trump regarding how he's trying to put people to work. And believe it or not, that's more Marxist because this is with class and versus whatever. It was the most incredible thing in the world. Now, if you told people this, they wouldn't understand it because they think Marxism is this and that. And I don't even want to argue the point. The thing is that I don't care about names, labels, titles, left, right. It doesn't matter to me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are some of the best mayors who are Democrats. Mayors. Sometimes a Democratic mayor is this. The lower you go, the more important, dare I say, socialism is. Let me explain to you. You live in a city. If I run for office, what do? I want to pick up your garbage. I want to make sure your public schools are okay. I want to make sure your traffic is okay. I want to make sure your potholes are filled up. I want to make sure that, that you're safe. Crime is down. I want to make sure that we beautify the parks. I want the public schools. I want no. I want the libraries. I want fun. That's almost, dare I say, that's social level. Garbage. It's the stuff that we need government for. We need government for that. Nobody's going to pick up the garbage without me. I do it. When we have a parade and I clean that up, I got to call sanitation. That's government. When I'm going to fix the potholes, that's transportation. That's government. That's city streets. That's government. That's sewers or whatever. That's government. That's Democrat. Democrat works great. Republicans are the worst with that. Well, we need less tax. Okay, fine. Whatever it is. Don't get locked into this. I'm for less government. No. Call it what you want. The bottom line is, are you being served or not? Now, let me explain to you. For some reason or another, law enforcement has been somehow subjugated to the idea that this is a right-wing thing. That TDA, keeping people safe, I would own this. I would say, Mr. President, yeah, do me a favor. Say goodbye. We're going to a studio. I got a nice little thing right here. Where are we going? We're going, look at this. X says, I love you, Mr. L, and love your channel, but I'm not sure voting us out of this now is possible. I'm sorry, I know you're smart. I love that. That's why I come here. That and all the great people here. I'm numb. I'm not sure voting us out of this now is possible. Oh, it's possible. Thank you, sir. It's very possible. Very possible. Absolutely. I still say that barring the unforeseen, Trump is, and I'm predicting that he's going to win, but not because he's doing anything right. It's like if somebody goes into let's say you're a doctor and somebody comes in and they say, Uncle Joe had chest pain. Let me check. Oh, okay. Well, it's not a heart attack. That's good. But you're going to have to change. It could have been. You have to change your lifestyle. That's Trump. Trump could win, but it's not because he's doing a great job. It could be because of a lot of other reasons. So just because he might win doesn't mean I'm sitting back and I'm saying he could very well lose. Absolutely. This is not about he's our boyfriend and we like him. Who do you like better, George or Paul or Ringo? No, it's not like that at all. This is the problem because I deal with people, not you, but people who don't understand elections. They have no earthly idea. Okay. Let me stop for a section. First, remind you of something America is at a tipping point. Okay? And I've been talking about preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com. Listen to what I'm saying, preparewithlionel.com. You're listening to me right now. And if you go to this section, you'll be able to see specifically the area preparewithlionel.com. You can secure a 4-week emergency food kit right now. If that's your entry level, that's terrific. $50 when you order today. Right now, it's that critical. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. Next. MyPillow.com/Lionel. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm saying this. I love these products because, first of all, they're a sponsor. They've been good to us. We've been good to them. And what this man has been through is ridiculous. Mike Lindell has been through a veritable cacophony of lunacy. I don't even know where to start. Preparewithlionel.com. And finally, my friends, on October the 26th, I'm going to be at the Cutting Room. Okay. And I have been doing this now for I don't know how long, where it's not comedy. The comedy is this. I will tell you things and you will laugh. And you will laugh as I point out the absurdity, but then you'll stop and say, what am I laughing at? This is terrible. This is horrible. But it's funny, but it's absurd. I don't want to get into the gradations of that. Go right now. You can go to lionelmedia.com. This is my website, lionelmedia.com. Right at the top, you click it on for tickets, or use this link right here in the description section for October the 26th at the Cutting Room in New York. Okay. And finally, follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Can't say it enough. Can't make it any clearer. Her work is superb. Lynn's Warriors. Let me tell you something. And finally, if anybody is listening, and by the way, I love you for this. X, thank you, and Ryan, and Crypto, and Barry Taylor, and Lizzie Solak, our den mother, and Raul, thank you. But Mr. President, I want you to do me a favor. Stop doing these hackneyed campaign things you're doing. It's the year 2024. This is where we go. These are our devices. Do you understand that? So incredible is this device. Do you know, if ever you want to go to a foreign country or a foreign city, and you say, you know what? I've always wanted to go to wherever. Istanbul. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Give yourself 20 minutes. Go to YouTube. Put in everything you want about traveling to Istanbul. The best shops, the best restaurants. So help me God. In 20 minutes, you'll say, I've had enough of Istanbul. That's enough. But I haven't been there. Oh, I have been there. I have been there. I see it. Wow. I got it. I'll go. It doesn't seem as, yes, it's fun to be there. We never had this when we were growing up. We never had these. I never had I could go for a Lowell Thomas travel log. Remember Rick Steves? Hi, I'm Rick Steves on PBS. Oh, he's going to Turkey. That's great. Do I have to explain? When I was starting in talk radio, I couldn't do this. I'm with you every single day. We have more people, I swear to God. I did a video last night on Diddy. I think more people saw that video since last night till now than saw "10 o'clock news" here in New York. I got one little video. And that's just me. This is the numbers. And these are people who are not just have their cable box tuned in. This is a different world. I don't know how to explain this anymore to people. When I see this hackney, hey, let's go and hold up a thing of eggs. You know, eggs years ago, and now they cost this much. Ronald Reagan did this. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop doing this. Sit down and explain TDA. Have a meeting, Mr. President, at Mar-a-Lago, or better yet, go to a police station. Bring the mics, bring a couple of lights. Tell Margot Martin to sit down with her phone, get somebody with a decent phone. Just do some production. Every time you go to a town, sit down, walk into their police. If they want to, maybe they can't because they're civil service, but talk to somebody, talk to people. That video means more than you going and making fun of Kamala's voice. She's stupid, Sleepy Joe. There's one thing I forgot to show you. It's this one. Did I show you this? You're not going to believe this. I'm going to leave you with this. This is what you were waiting for. Did you hear about Joe? Listen carefully to what he said. Listen to this guy. Listen to me carefully.
I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to do things that I want to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do. But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women, young kids out there that are out there, come on up and do this when we stand behind me when we do this. Come on.
What was that?
You know, I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to do things
Listen.
that I want to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do.
My staff tells me, look at the face, look at the eyes, look at that vacant look. Look at the woman on the right, like she's saying, what is he saying?
But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women,
all the young women
kids out there that are out there, come on up and do this when we stand behind me when we do this. Come on.
Come on and stand behind me. I don't even know what this guy's doing. Have you ever seen people who are so out of it mentally in terms of they get to be a certain elderly or an age where they become hypersexualized? Now he's gone. He's not going to be running anymore. That, I guarantee you, more people saw that today than the woman being handed $100 at the Piggly Wiggly in Scranton. I'm sorry. But you know what? The bad news is I'm glad we can talk to each other. They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention because he's already made his deal with all the advertising people. And what I'm telling them costs less, is more effective, and you won't need these people. Remember that. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious day. See you tonight at 7 p.m. Don't forget Lynn's Warriors. Follow her right now on YouTube. Don't forget you subscribe to Lionel Nation here and also our sister station, listen to me, our channel at Lionel Legal. The Diddy stuff is bigger than anything you can imagine. Have a great and glorious day and comment as you see fit.